Going live. Looks like the microphone is working from what I can see. Can I share? I can share my screen.
Okay.
Ooh, so maybe I'll test it. Maybe we'll get a couple people in the chat, and then we can test to see how that looks.
Okay.
We look kind of coordinated.
It's almost like we went to Emily's school today for.
Did we go to a school today for that? Let's see if I think there's like a delay.
Oh, somebody says, "Hey."
Oh, Brenton, what's happening?
Hi, how's it going?
Brenton got one of our stickers today.
Oh, nice.
Brenton, so he lives on the West Coast, kind of, Seattle.
Okay.
And he's always the first to watch one of our episodes. So we posted at 8 a.m. here. He's at 5 a.m. watching it.
Early bird.
Early bird for sure. Cool. So sounds like you can hear us then, Brenton. Maybe confirm.
And I complimented your hand.
There it is.
Oh, I did hear that. Thank you.
So we know he can hear. We know he can hear.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
From our friends, Magic Carpet Guides.
Yeah.
Jason and Veronica.
Oh, hello. There's 90 entries for the drawing. Isn't that awesome?
Awesome.
Before Memorial Day, I was it'd be sweet. It'd be sweet if we ever got to 1,000 subscribers, but I thought by the cruise in July 4th, it would have been kind of awesome. But yeah. Kim just clocked out of Epcot. So Kim was at the Polynesian yesterday scheduled and then got transferred to Chef Mickey's for the day.
Interesting.
And now she's capturing photos over at Epcot.
All over the world.
All over the world. Exactly. We've seen Kim plenty of times at Epcot. I feel like that's our home base for photos these days.
Always fun to see her there.
It is. So it sounds like the audio is working. So we're just hanging out. We got to 1,000 subscribers today. How cool is that?
Very cool. We were super excited.
Yeah. So it was a fun journey. Just kind of shared how it all started. We were booking a cruise for a European cruise last summer, around in March. And we're trying to find videos, because this is a whole new experience for us. We've sailed Disney Cruise Line a bunch, but never Royal Caribbean, never been to Europe. So searching all these videos and we didn't find much.
Right. Well, because we were looking at some kind of unique itineraries. Obviously, I'm guessing most of you have watched those videos. If you haven't, go check them out because I think they're really good. And we had a lot of fun on that trip, but they were kind of different itineraries. It wasn't your classic Mediterranean cruise. And it didn't seem like there was a lot of content out there about that Norwegian cruise or the France and Spain because it went to some unique ports.
Right.
So we were like, hey, maybe we should make some videos when we're there since there's not a lot of content to see.
Absolutely. So had no idea what we're doing, right? We were using an iPhone.
Yeah.
Had no audios. We had experience watching because we like watching videos like that. So we kind of had an idea how we wanted to do that. But so we did a couple practice vlogs, we did that prom dress video. That was our first attempt. That was kind of funny. It was
fun though.
Yeah, going through the mall, and then we did our Starbucks mugs. And then I just look back on those, especially those two videos. I wasn't even recording in 4K then. I was recording in 1080, so the video quality looked so weird to me. I know you say you don't see it.
You are so picky about that stuff.
I notice it. So those early videos, the Timber Trace golf video too, the quality just looks so bad. And then I started recording in 4K a little bit when we went to this time last year. We went to Edwardsville in St. Louis to see our friends. And then it started getting a little bit better, but then my editing, I still don't think was that good. And I know you try to be nice, but
I like your editing.
But I think it's gotten so much better. So I'm kind of embarrassed if we get new subscribers, if they look back at that series, they're like, oh man, it's really choppy here and stuff like that. But it's gotten so much better, I think. Don't you think? Have you seen improvements?
Oh, definitely. I think so for sure.
What kind of red we working with? Oh, this is actually if you're talking red, this is not a red. This is
it's a vintage 2025 Diet Pepsi.
Diet Pepsi.
Very classy here. How do you think you got better at editing? Pack your pixie dust ass.
I think just experience, time with it.
Practice.
Yep. So and I went into it. We recorded that prom dress video in several malls in the state. And the next weekend, I was like, let's dive into this. So I just Googled free editing software for PC. And I just grabbed the first one. And I don't think it was the best software.
Yeah, so you've tried different software. You Google things a lot and you watch videos and different things like that too to try to learn different techniques for editing. I feel like you've really like taught yourself how to do it. And I
Yeah,
think your practice probably has helped a lot because
for
I think you've
sure.
gotten like quicker at some of the things.
I've gotten quicker at it. And then I just think that too, I
Mhm.
was using a different computer, a different PC that had like a slow like memory card and things like that. So I think that didn't help with some of the choppiness. So talking with my good friend Jared, I talk about Jared a lot, I feel like on the episodes. But he was like, dude, like let's talk about what requirements you need. And he's kind of into this stuff too. So we kind of built out a PC. So I had to we had to invest, right? We had to invest. Had to invest. So I know we're just doing this for us, right? But I wanted the videos to look better. So
yeah, because that's really the thing is like most of the videos really, I think, started out because we just really wanted to have those memories of our trips. So for me, that's my favorite part because obviously I help with the editing. I do some of the like fonts and you hear me narrating, which is a whole other thing because I hate the sound of my voice. But people seem to like it. So
everyone hates the sound of their own voice. You think I don't, that you think that I like mine, but I don't.
Yeah. So I help out a little, but I don't really, you do all the editing by yourself when it comes to like putting the video.
The narration.
From the narration. But I haven't actually seen the video until they get posted. So sometimes some of our friends will message us and comment on the videos, and I haven't even seen it yet. So I'm always curious, but that's my favorite part is I love when you drop a new video and then we get to sit down as a family and watch because it's so fun to see our trip.
Right. And some of those, as you guys know, were older videos. So it's kind of funny when we were doing the Thanksgiving series over your birthday. It's like, oh, I forgot that happened because it was like 5 or 6 months ago. But luckily with the Hawaii one, it's going to be pretty fresh. So we're really excited. It's going to be the most recent videos we've dropped in a while. So that's good.
Super, super excited for this series. We have a few more people that have joined. So hello, Yvette and Donna. Hi.
Scotty Dubs.
Welcome. Yeah. Thanks for joining us on this.
Yeah.
And it's rainy here.
And Brent and I were talking about this is not a red wine. No, I thought about it. Like I said, we should pour a nice drink tonight, but time went away. We had to go pick up a cake because today was Emily. That's why Emily's not here. It was her last day of school, of high school. Yeah. And then boom, then she jumped straight to work. So kind of crazy.
So we wanted to have a little treat for her when she got home since we didn't get to go out for dinner as a family.
So we didn't have time to bake a cake or anything. So we went to Bake-In Cakes, a local place in town.
Not bacon.
No. Bacon cakes would be interesting though.
To be clear, it is not a meat.
Do you remember when Epcot during, I think it was Flower and Garden, would have like the cupcake with the bacon, like in the American Pavilion?
I do know.
And we tried that one. I liked it.
I don't like the idea of that. But
I know.
Anyway.
So yeah, so we just went with the Diet Pepsi 25, which is a good year. 25 is a good year. Yeah. So the editing, it's fun. It's actually kind of fun. I kind of enjoy it, but I know you hear me grumbling sometimes because like, if you accidentally like hit a button sometimes or delete something, it is the worst. And then you got to like, retrace your steps and what I did. Sometimes you'll spend, not even joking, like 20 minutes on like a 2-second clip. And then that's where it gets kind of frustrating, but
you're kind of nitpicky though. I watch you every now and then and they're like, you'll be like shaving off little slivers of a video. Like it's like the smallest little microsecond, but I think you do a good job. So,
well, there's things that bug me. So this is like our crew right here. So we can talk about it. Sometimes like, I think I'm super dehydrated. So during some of these videos, so I'll see like grossness in it looks like I'm thirsty. Right. So then I'm like, oh, I don't like the way I look in that. So what video can I drop in here? So it's not showing me anymore. So I tried to get creative with that, but I like those shots. Like I like it when we show something and I'm still talking, you're still talking, and then we show like another clip while it's happening. I think those are some of my favorite shots, some of my more creative shots, I think, while we do these.
Scott just asked what camera it is that you use. Like you said earlier, I think on some of our early videos, we were actually just using our iPhone cameras. And then we noticed that that's harder, especially walking around or when there's a lot of motion to keep it really steady. So you got a new camera. What is it?
Yeah, so it's the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. And I love that thing. I will say I still don't have it down. Like when I'm in like selfie mode with that thing, like you'll probably notice a lot. Like I lean really close to like the person next to me because it has this cool tracker where like it centers you in the center. So if I'm moving, it's going to move with me, which is great. But if I'm trying to film like someone else in selfie mode, it gets challenging sometimes.
It tries to follow you.
Yeah, it tries to follow me.
So probably learning the settings a little better. I think we've both gotten better with it over time. It is a really cool camera though, because it has the stabilizer in it.
And what I like the most about it, honestly, is the audio in it. So we have not gotten to the point where we want to put like microphones on us, like, and I know they'll help the audio, and sometimes the audio is bad, especially if we're somewhere quiet. I was thinking that last video we're in the Delta Sky Lounge and I'm like whispering and like you could barely hear it. But what I did though, video editing magic, I just racked up that volume to like 12, so you could hear me better. But I feel like the Osmo Pocket 3 picks up the audio way better than an iPhone. So that's really helpful.
It's a nice camera. We also do have a GoPro. So some of the footage that you'll see on our Hawaii trip. So as Scott gets in and starts editing more of that, which I'm super excited about, if I haven't already said, some of it is on the GoPro in the water because that's waterproof and the DJI camera is not. And then we also have some iPhone footage, I think, from our phone.
And we still use our iPhone. Sometimes it's just easy to get it out. Spoiler alert, there's going to be an episode, like episode 6 or 7 of the Hawaii series. The one time it rained, we were actually outside doing an activity. So didn't want to get the good camera wet, didn't have the GoPro. So got out the good old iPhone for that. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, it works.
It works.
So Kim said that the bacon cupcake you were talking about the kitchen for it smelled really bad because it was in the tunnel by a trash compactor. So that makes it even grosser. I feel like a bacon cupcake, I wasn't sold on it. Yeah. Now that I know it was like a trash bacon cupcake.
That's funny.
I feel even worse about it. And then Breton, you are not the only one. He says if he was wearing a white quarter zip Vineyard Vines with red wine, he'd spill on it. 100%. You don't know how much time I spend spot treating Scott's clothes. So we won't go into detail here, but you are in good company, Brenton.
Brenton's my guy. I like that. You're all my people for sure. So I was still going to talk about the video editing a little bit. So the process. So I put all those clips in, and then my next move is I kind of write some ideas, and you do the narration. See, this is why I don't narrate. But then this is actually part of the hardest part is getting the music. So I got to go find what I think feels good for the episode. Sometimes there's some misses, but because you hear a song at first and you're like, man, I think that's going to be really awesome throughout this episode. Then I start playing. I'm like, oh, that was a miss. So then I got to start over again. But then it's trying to align that with your narration and like splicing and editing. Sometimes I'll take like 5 hours just to get the audio from the narration and the music synced up. So it's a long process.
I saw a comment that made me laugh that it's time. Paul says it's time for you to start spot treating your own clothes, Scott. But
I do know how.
He does. He does know how. He does do laundry sometimes. But it's like Sunday afternoon, Scott's video editing to get these videos out for everybody. And so I sometimes pick up the laundry. So we trade off.
So there was an ad in the middle of there should not be an ad in the middle of a live. That's weird. Well, interesting. Sorry that Kevin Hart just came bam right in front there. That's kind of wild. So
wow, a bunch of people got it. That's so weird. Sorry.
Sorry about that. We'll have to. That might be part of the 1,000 subscribers thing. So we gotta learn. We don't know what's happening here. Like, don't necessarily need Kevin Hart interrupting. What I was gonna say. Yeah. So what does anyone have like a favorite episode? An episode that they think of when they have like a funny favorite moment? Do people like the opening reel, like the bloopers? I thought that was kind of an interesting way to keep us different because how many travel vlogs are there, or Disney ones even? Like
10, a million,
probably a million channels that are like travel like this. So what could we do to be funny or different? I like starting with the blooper reel.
Well, I think you just like the bloopers too because there's quite a few of them sometimes.
Oh my God, I don't even put them all in there.
Yeah, sometimes they're like just funny things that happen, and sometimes it's just us being really bad at recording ourselves.
Yeah, and I just
can't take yourself too seriously.
You fumble your words, So I think that's kind of fun to do. Remember the first couple episodes, I made like an actual like 60-second like intro. Does anyone remember that? Was anyone around for those days?
Oh, that was it was fun, but it was really long.
It was long, and it was the same thing every time. So it would show like our friends even are in there. Like Jake was in like a golf shot.
It was like a whole montage, but it looks like people like the bloopers from what I'm seeing in the comments.
Good.
And Paul said that his favorite episode was Mont Saint Michel.
Yeah,
that was really cool. I wish we had more time there, but the episode turned out well.
I thought it turned out well. That was when we went back to the ship, that was wild too, because that was 4th of July. That was Independence Day. So remember they did the balloon drop on the ship and everything? Cool. Yeah. Oh yeah. I loved Mont Saint Michel. Like, it's funny. Like, I love some of those videos still get watched a lot. So our day in Olden in Norway, that's our most popular video. And it's consistently getting like 50 to 60 views a day. Like, so people must be like excited for like a trip to Norway or something, and they're like looking for it.
Maybe. And I mean, back to when we said the reason we started the vlog was because we found that there wasn't a lot of content for those cruises. So maybe it's just one of the few videos that's out there for that trip. So I don't know. And then that's really funny. I see a couple people really like the cake bake shop episode. That was a good one.
That was good. It featured a couple people in this chat. Actually.
I know. I was gonna say there were some pretty cool people that went to dinner with us that night. We got some really awesome pictures at the boardwalk. It was so much fun. So
that's the thing. Like when I watched that was great. And that was like my first time using that camera. So that Scott was just asking about. So there's definitely some interesting like camera angles with the Pocket 3 in there. But the thing is the audio too. But like the audio came out really good, even though like that restaurant's very quiet. Well, was it loud actually? Now I'm trying to. I don't know, because I feel like there's like
it feels like you should be quiet there
because it's loud,
like a fancier setting. Like you didn't want to be like really obnoxiously recording yourself and talking loud, like, "Hey everybody, I'm at the cake bake shop." You know, it didn't feel right. So
my favorites. And when I started was the Norway episodes. Oh my God. Oh, and you go to Norway in 2 weeks.
That is so exciting. I'm really excited for you. Have you been before? I hope you like have a great time in Norway because we just loved it. I want to go back so bad.
I do too. And just those, I don't know if you're doing a cruise or how you're going there, but we just loved sailing through the fjords, like waking up at 3 a.m, basically to watch those views.
I haven't been.
Unbelievable.
I think you're going to love it. I love Norway.
Yeah.
Kim went to Norway today.
And Epcot. So Scott, that's awesome. I'm glad you liked when you said the road trip. I was thinking, I wonder if that's our Edwardsville, St. Louis, and the Route 66 stuff. I want to do like a long Route 66 route, actually.
I know we had never really thought about that. And then we went to some of the little stops along the way. And I'm like, it would be really fun, I think, to drive all the way the whole Route 66. I don't know. When will we ever have time though? That's the problem, is there are so many things that we want to do, not enough time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Pack Your Pixie Dust said trip was great. We'll be waking up early. Yeah. And if you're going in a couple weeks, it's going to be light out. Like
I think so.
A lot.
Yeah. It was amazing. Like we were just talking about that the other day because it was like twilight here. And I'm like, remember when we were in Norway and it was like 2 a.m. and it was still this light out. I feel like it never really got fully dark on some of those nights on our trip. It was really cool.
It was so cool. I can't wait because that's not I can't wait if we go back. Like I need to book another trip there.
I know.
But there's so many places we want to go.
I know. Emily really wants to go to Japan. I really wish we could have booked a summer trip there for her graduation, but I don't think it's going to work out because we have just like we don't have enough time.
We don't have time off or the money. Like these places cost them a lot of money too to go to.
After the Hawaii trip, we used a lot of days on that, and we've got a couple of cruises coming up. So I don't think it's going to work out this year, but maybe next year or something, because I know that's a place that she really wants to go.
For sure. What about you all? Like, what would you like to see? So I know we have a lot of our Disney friends in here, and granted, anytime we go to Disney, we're going to record, right? Because it's on a trip, but I feel like there's so much Disney content out there. That's where it gets hard. Like, where can we be unique or different?
Oh.
So that's kind of tough.
We have been asked to plan an episode for Emily moving in as a Wolverine.
Oh,
that would be fun.
Yeah. I thought about doing some local ones. I remember once, like, this would have been like a year ago when we were just getting started and we're not having an idea what content we're going to have. And I said, it'd be fun if we just recorded a video at Meijer, like grocery shopping. Do you remember when I said that?
That is funny.
Like, would anyone want to watch us grocery shop? I mean, that seems kind of weird.
No, please don't do that. Magic Carpet Guide says Tokyo is at the top of their list. And yes, Paul, like we're starting to get more and more maize and blue stuff, even at our house right now. I'm sitting looking at my kitchen island there. Emily got, for her last band concert, her grandpa got her some maize and blue flowers. So they're yellow flowers and there's like blue baby's breath and a big blue and maize ribbon on it. And we have a Michigan Wolverines little pennant sitting on the island next to it. So it really kind of looks like we're U of M fans here in this house right now. But I think we're going to have to be to a small degree, like, because we are really excited for Emily.
Oh yeah. Absolutely excited for Emily. I really like the Mackinac Island idea for a series. That would be really awesome. But so we're doing the Hawaii series right now. I think a lot of you probably have already watched that episode, which dropped yesterday. But it's already got like 250 views or something, which is amazing for us. But well, is anyone excited for the Hawaii? Like, I know I've heard you say it already.
I know. I'm like, can we get to the Hawaii trip? I was like, can you just stop doing the Walt Disney World Thanksgiving trip videos? Because I want to go to Hawaii. But he's like, no, we got to finish the series.
I know, because like we still have our Wish cruise that we did like around the Super Bowl, like in February.
Yeah.
We have this random Canada trip we did that we have content for. It's just, I don't want to like, I like to go in order, right, and get that stuff. But like, I think everyone wants to see Hawaii, right? Especially this time of year. Who wants to see like Niagara Falls in the fall or in the winter?
Right. I think we can do that in the fall, and it'll be fall when.
Yeah,
it'll be fine. We'll get there. So we've got content to make, and
yeah.
I think the Hawaii though, I'm really, really excited for. So that's me. I was like, I bumped that one to the top of the list because I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah, I have another question too, but let's look at some comments.
That says, "Good thing yellow and blue makes green." And yes, that's true.
Yeah.
See,
what did Brendan say? He retracted his own message.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh, Emily with the health food. That was such a funny comment on her part. I think she was just so tired that day. And so
she just wanted a greasy hamburger, basically.
Well, I think so. It sounds like everyone has said how great the airport is in San Francisco. We've never been there. And so she was really looking forward to it, even though it was going to be 5 hours. And then the terminal that they were in was really small. Like I kept looking on the map and I could see they were just in this really little area. And I think all they had was like a smoothie stand and like a salad stand and then a shop. And so she's like, I just want a Starbucks, or I just want like a burger or something to tide me over. And so it's kind of weird that they got stuck in that little wing
for 5 hours.
But
that's
you know what? They're
time.
teenagers.
I know.
They're young. They could sit. They played games. They had a good time.
Yeah, we did that trip right. And I just got to give a shout out to some love. I know we got a lot of parents in here, but the parents that chaperone these trips are so awesome. So we kind of went the selfish route. We're like, oh yeah, we'll go to Hawaii too, but we're just not. We're going to do our own trip, and then we'll connect with our kid afterwards.
Well, it was really nice because
it worked out so
you'll
good.
See it on the video, but like we got to go see their performances, so we were still supporting the band for that. But then you and I got to have a really cool trip, just the two of us, and then we also got to have a family trip. So it was like a perfect vacation.
Yeah, so excited for that.
Spoil it. Actually, maybe it wasn't. You'll have to watch and find out. Maybe everything went terribly wrong.
What went wrong? I don't know. We got there though. We showed the flight and everything. We checked into the Royal Hawaiian. So day one's off to a good start.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask. So doing the editing is tough, right? But like our goal was to get to 1,000 subscribers. Big goal. It's a big number to get, 4 digits. And now like my new goal is I want to try to do get a video out there a week. So I want to ask people like, does that feel like a good amount? I think it's personally a good amount. Like, you don't want to see like a video pop up every day or every couple of days.
I
think
can't do that.
And I physically cannot do that.
I wouldn't even offer it. I think that the best you could do is once a week, maybe 2
or is once a week too much? Is almost
right. You could do every other, but you work full time.
So curious if people like the once a week schedule and what day of the week. I've been trying to figure out what works best. Like I posted some videos on Saturdays. We just did one on a Wednesday, and that seems to be like blowing up. Maybe though it's because the content was good because it was Hawaii.
The topic,
But maybe people like to play it while they're at work, instead of like Saturday when they're having family days. So I don't know if there's a day of the week that you all think. Like, I'm curious to know what suggestions you have.
Sometimes though, you just have to do it around our schedules. Scott's got to edit when he's confined time. So
for sure.
But you're doing great with it.
Yeah, gonna try to do one. Start editing the next one tomorrow because we go to Pearl Harbor in the next episode, and I think that would be pretty cool to drop on Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, so that's the goal, is to have that video on Memorial Day since we're at Pearl Harbor and get to see the band perform there. That would be pretty cool. So we got a lot of comments agreeing that once a week seems solid. Have a life. I agree. It's hard sometimes because like on the weekends and stuff, that's pretty much your only time that you can edit. So I
could be editing now, but like what I like to do
to our friends instead.
Yeah, and like I move a lot of the footage to there's some more behind the scenes to a what's the thing I want to call it? Like an external hard drive. Because like what if I want to reference it in a future episode or something, So I will edit the video, we'll post it, then the next day, which would be today, which I'm not going to do today because I'm going to talk to everybody, would be I'd start transferring those files over to the external hard drive, delete them off my Google Photos and the computer. That's like the next day after. And then tomorrow I'll probably start downloading our old files and start the next episode. it's a process.
I saw a couple comments back that Jason said something about he's looking forward to Hawaii, but has to not look at those Alani rates. I don't know. I mean, if you can do a trip to Hawaii, I highly recommend it. But I will say Alani does work out really well for DVC. I'm sure we'll talk about it in one of the episodes. But it is a great use of points if you're a DVC member. And I also highly recommend that.
Yeah. I would even, sometimes they do these specials too, right? You see them at Walt Disney World. Like it could be like stay 3 nights, get 2 free kind of a thing, or there might be like a 30% off. So definitely look for those. I mean, I know I have traveler agent friends, but you could also look at renting DVC points as another option because it really is one of the best values of your point usage is through Alani.
Yeah. And I think too, like watch the rest of the series. But one of the things that we found is we thought like, oh my gosh, Alani is great. And we still do really love Alani and would stay there again in a heartbeat. Like I would live there if I could.
Want to go there tomorrow?
Yeah, exactly. Let's go. But we were really, really happy with our stay at the Royal Hawaiian. And so we'll talk a lot more about the resort, but there's a lot of really good resort options in Oahu. We haven't stayed on any of the other islands yet. So the prices are high kind of across the island when it comes to the resorts, but sometimes Alani might not be the best price resort that you can find for kind of that same experience, I would say.
For sure.
If you're paying out of pocket. So, I mean, price it out, see what's out there, but definitely go to Hawaii if you can.
If you can. It's just, I know it's expensive to get there. It's a lot of work to get there. It's a full day of PTO basically to get there.
Yeah.
But dang.
I do love that direct flight from Detroit.
We're lucky we have a direct flight.
Because, I mean, just get on a plane and you're in Hawaii 10 hours later is amazing.
I know. So the band must have tried to save money somewhere on their flights. But
we got some, Veronica's trying to convince Jason into getting some DVC and we got some cheering that on. It's kind of funny. You live in Florida, but I mean, we get our money's worth from the DVC, I will say.
Yeah, we have. I talked about it in the Discord a lot. We bought it at the right time, no doubt. We got really lucky with the timing on that.
So are we supposed to be doing a drawing?
We are going to do a drawing, but I had another question though. While I had the script here, so people like the once a week seemed like a good amount. I think that's a really good amount too. But my next question was,
Jason, stop selling DVC to my wife. We are not DVC sales reps for what it's worth.
So Liz and I talked about this even on Monday, and it's kind of like the style of the vlogs, maybe the episodes we do. And this is just hard for my brain to think differently. I love doing daily videos, like a recap of like waking up, because it's just, it feels like to me, like it's a good structure. I wake up, we do a hit, talk about what we did last night or what the plans are for the day. We show the day, do all the stuff, and then we wrap it up and like, all right, we'll see you tomorrow and do another day. Where Liz thinks,
well, it's not that I think that the daily videos are not good. I just wonder, would people prefer like a topical video where it's just like a one-shot video? So where we did the Christmas party, for example, would you want to see a video that's just a Christmas party that's not in context of like a whole week-long vacation? Just trying to think if there's other options to get different content out more often. I just don't know what people like to watch.
Yep.
Obviously for us, it's our trip. It's like our vacation,
like
our home video almost of like what we did on our trip for us to look back for memories. So it's really nice to see every day. But I guess I'd just be curious to know what people think.
Yeah, because like we show a room tour of the Royal Hawaiian, but then the next episode is going to show more Royal Hawaiian stuff. Like, is it better off just doing this big
Should
Royal
we just have a Royal
Hawaiian
video where we just show you the resort and all of the video clips from the resort from across the trip were in one video?
Yeah.
But
or you could just watch the series and see all of those videos eventually.
Yeah. I mean, and I think that gives you, like Paul said, that gives you that feeling like you're along for the trip. And so I think I do really like that because it feels like you're just reliving the vacation for me too when I watch back. So let's do like some mix.
I like some mix, which we did that with the
like the omelet chopping challenge. Yeah.
Sometimes it just works where like we kind of have a plan, but sometimes we just go into it like let's just record for the day and we're not thinking about like a future episode.
Yeah, to be fair, we're first and foremost, we are having a vacation and having time as our family and just living our lives. And then we're making some videos as we do that. So, and I hope it stays that way because it's not like we're not out there to be like, oh, we're making videos today.
Yeah.
That's
not our goal. We're not trying to, we're not trying to be the best at this. I mean,
just
at the end of the day, if it's not fun anymore, or like, we'll just stop doing it. I think, but it's still a lot of blast. And I just love looking at the old videos.
Okay. We like the mix. Okay. Good to know. That's
well,
helpful.
Before we get to the gift card, did anyone have any questions with us? Just wanted to thank everyone again. Like, this has just been a fun ride, a fun 15 months. And we're excited to share just more videos. It's just fun to share and like talk about them.
I just like to watch them for myself. So
yeah, cool.
All right, should we draw it?
Should we draw? So I'm going to try something. I'm going to see if I can share my screen here because I think I have all the names in here. I know you guys probably can't see what I'm showing right now.
Let's see if we can share.
Let's see here. Must see adventures. Do I care if people know my email address?
I don't know.
I don't care if people know my email address. So,
I don't know. Oh,
so can everyone see this? So
we know. Can you make it?
I'm gonna bounce back over to the chat. Oh yeah, it's right there. I think everyone can see this, right?
I think they can.
We just got a Delta ad. Why are these ads dropping?
And
Alaska Airlines.
Okay, well, are we gonna get some flights for this then?
I know,
I feel like
that's another thing. Like, yeah. This is weird. I think it's because of the 1,000 subscribers. I don't know. But
I know. Well, I hope that people aren't like, man, I wish I hadn't subscribed. Now I have to watch ads.
If you guys think we're jerks for this, let us know and we'll figure out how to not have those ads pop up. But can everyone see the wheel of names right now? Oh, yep. I see Jason. We can see it. All right. So,
and we've got Meyer ads. So you probably
we're seeing this.
Don't get a Meyer ad depending on where you're living.
Yeah. Well, that's on this external website here. So,
no, I know.
So the rule is thank you everyone. We got to 1,000 subscribers. This was from people who commented on the Instagram post because that was kind of the rule because I can't pull a report of who their subscribers are.
No, so a lot of the subscribers, clearly I can't talk either. Maybe I shouldn't narrate. A lot of the subscribers are anonymous. And so we can't always see if somebody has subscribed. We just know that we have a person. So this is the only way that Scott can really do a drawing is if people comment, then we know who they are.
Yep. So we did the comments on the Instagram post. We did the comments from my Facebook post. And Brenton, I know you don't do either of those, but I know you watch all the videos and you're on the Discord. I added you in there too, just because I know. I know that you're subscribed and like all the stuff. So that's how we got these names. And if someone had one previously, I removed them. So 4 people have been removed. So we have 90 entries.
Oh, you can actually use your mouse on the screen in YouTube.
Oh, I don't know if I can.
I don't think you can.
Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle it 5 times. That's my rule. And this is for a $100 gift card. Ooh. Probably Disney. But if you want to do Amazon, we can do Amazon.
Else. Yeah. I mean, really, we can get a gift card to anywhere.
All right. So is everyone ready? Ready.
Let's do it. Right. Let's shuffle them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. Who's going to be the winner?
Who's going to be?
Is it Dan? Dan S.
All right.
Dan S. Congratulations to Dan winning $100 gift card. They might be on my Facebook because if I put like their name and like a last initial, like not like a user ID. So, I know. I know who Dan is. Yep. Okay. Yep. I just remembered now. Yep.
All right.
So way to go, Dan. Yeah, way to go, Dan.
That's really exciting.
Yeah, I think we've met him at a couple of like Be Our Guest podcast meetups before in the past. So
sounds great.
All right, way to go, Dan. I wish it was all of you, but I think we should do this again.
Sometimes. I know. I wish I could afford to just give everyone
a trip to Hawaii
card, or we could all go on a trip together. But we are just not. That's not how it is.
Yeah, so. We just don't. We're just not pouring with money.
Right.
But we love you all for liking and subscribing and all that, and still like watching the episodes. I mean, that just means a lot to us. Just watching.
This will
stop sharing. That worked out pretty good. We might have to do this. Maybe at like 1,500.
It's almost like we know how to use a laptop.
How do we know how to do this? Maybe at 1,500 we'll do something again. But yeah, always comment. We love the conversations in the video, so comment. I just wanted to burp, but I held it back. We're live.
See, if you were drinking red wine instead of Diet Pepsi.
So that's another thing I told Liz. Like, I think that makes us unique from a lot of these vlogs. Is like we just show who we are. You know, we're as real as can be. Like, not to knock other channels I've seen, but some people I think are kind of fake. You know, don't you know what I mean? Though, do you guys know what I mean? Like it seems like some things just aren't realistic. We're just who we are, you know, and that's what we try to be. So I hope we.
I mean, it's not 100% real. Like. I mean, we're not like really like happy all the time. It's not like we never have like a hangry moment here or there or anything like that.
Well, maybe in our next series, I'll
Maybe
film
you'll
a
just
hangry
do
moment.
like the behind the scenes of like, you know, really when Messy Adventures goes wrong. I don't know. Like, no, I mean, it is.
That could be a fun like April Fool's episode or something.
I was going to say no. I mean, for the most part, it is real, but there are moments that don't get covered in the videos.
For sure. So, all right. Well,
they saw one of them out in the wild the other day.
I totally know. Oh, you saw one of those. Yeah.
Liz voice narration while hangry. Hey, I'm just gonna say, keeping it real, Liz is very seldom the hangry one, but I mean,
yeah, it's me and Emily. Absolutely, we get the hangriness. That last episode, though, I know we were hungry. Because of that flight.
A long day. That was a long day.
Of the flights, the basketball game.
Grocery store episode, produce and frozen food.
I mean, yeah.
Well, there might be some grocery store in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah. You might see.
Maybe in for a treat.
Yeah, we ran across a store. We didn't even know what it was. And we walked in. We were amazed.
Yeah. We have a real weird habit of finding random grocery stores when we're on vacation. And just like really making an experience of it. I don't know why, but all three of us really enjoy that. I don't know why.
Yeah, Brenton, the roast beef salad, or like in the blooper reel, I think I said roast beef.
Well, and when we were on the plane, we thought they were saying roast beef sandwich.
Yes, I was like, oh, that makes sense. I could do a roast beef sandwich.
And then it was the weirdest options because they also said a tofu stir fry, which I almost went with because I'm kind of so on roast beef. But then I saw it, and it was very odd looking too. So I don't know. I mean, I guess you're not really on the plane.
You ordered it too, though, didn't you?
I got the roast beef salad.
Yeah, that's what I got. Yeah.
I did. I didn't.
You didn't eat the roast beef?
No,
I
didn't. I'm kind of afraid of plain meat. I'm not going to lie.
Well, it's funny though. The pasta came with the tiramisu, and I think Brenton the day before in the Discord was like, what would you pick the best of that you ever had? A tiramisu or a creme brulee? I think that's what it was. And if you had one that was made to perfection, which one would you choose? I'm going to ask you that question right now.
I think I would go with a tiramisu.
Me too.
I think I prefer tiramisu over creme brulee.
But man, I've had some really good creme brulees though. Like,
yeah, I don't dislike either, but neither of them is like my favorite dessert.
My favorite at Walt Disney World, because I've had creme brulee a lot at Walt Disney World, and I hope it's still there because it's been a minute since I've been there. Is at Le Cellier because they have like a maple creme brulee.
That's right.
And that is really good.
So Emily, though, loves tiramisu. It's one of her favorite desserts. And it was really funny because we watched the new episode yesterday when it posted. And so she didn't know what our day had been like. And she's like, wait a minute. You got tiramisu on the plane? I didn't even get a snack on my flight. Like, they didn't even feed them on either leg of her flight on the way to Hawaii. She's like, and you were sitting there with like tiramisu and drinks and pasta and all of that. She's like, it's not fair. But
sorry,
I mean, she didn't get to go to Hawaii. I mean, about fair. She knows. She knows.
She's very lucky. Yep. So, all right. Well, I think we're going to wrap it up for this live. Thanks do you guys like these? Put it in a comment too. Do you want to see more of these? But we will get back to editing the United versus Delta. Exactly.
I mean, we can't speak to it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was really surprised though. I guess because it was 2 shorter flights, maybe, but I don't think they even did like drink service on one of the flights.
And they didn't have the seat back entertainment either.
They didn't have entertainment on the flight to Hawaii. She was like, you would have thought that she was on like a budget airline or something. She didn't like on a bus or something. She didn't know what to do. But she did end up making friends.
But did they get there? They got
there. Yeah, they did.
That's the most important thing.
And that was really all that mattered. They got there on time. And you'll probably hear more about it in one of the videos, but Emily did make a friend with one of her seatmates on the flight, and they might make an appearance in one of the videos.
I didn't ask for permission to use their photo, but I'm probably going to use their photos.
So that we'll just leave that there out there as a mystery, something to watch for.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks for getting us to 1,000. This was fun. I can't wait to get to 1,500 or 2,000, whatever the next milestone is for us.
But hopefully Scott will stop bothering you all about subscribing for a little while. I think we got to this milestone. We're really excited. So maybe we will be a little less,
chill out a little bit.
A little less needy about the subscription.
I still feel like I still got to post in my story, in the Discord that a new video came out,
I mean,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you got to let people know there's videos, but you don't have to be like, please subscribe, please subscribe.
Yeah, the drive to it was road to 1K. Now it's the drive to 2,000. I like it.
2000.
I
All
like
right.
it. All right. Well, everyone have a good evening. I guess I'm gonna get back to editing.
Yeah, he better get back in there. I got to see the rest of this Hawaii trip.
That's right. All right. Well, everyone have a
Have a
great
good night.
Thursday, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.